Hey guys, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has been having trouble finding people with good support cards to follow, like maybe an MLB Super Creek. Key Design Blacks are pretty common right now, but I think Super Creeks are fairly rare. Or maybe you're looking for somebody with a good Stamina Spark or a good Power Spark that you can follow to help train your horses in the future. Up until now, the only real way for you to do that has been to either A, go through the PvP ranks and look for people at the top ranks for their cards, and oftentimes those people probably have full follow lists already, or to go through guilds and look at the top guilds and do the same and probably also end up in the same place where the person with the card that you're looking for or the spark that you're looking for probably has a full follow list as well. But luckily for us, they have come out with the global version of Uma Musume database, which should solve our problems completely. On here, as you can see on the screen, you have quite a few choices for the things that you can search for and filter for to help you find the horse that you really need. Starting off at the very basic, you have the representative horse girl that'll help you with sparks and choosing the specific horse that you want. Let's say you want a, I don't know, Ogre Cat for good bond, or maybe it's a Rice Shower for good bond, right? You can choose that there. You can also choose your support card, so Super Creek, Key Design Black, which horse girls to exclude, the sparks. All these things are there for you to filter for. Now, unfortunately, it is not a list that links directly to the game, so it will have to be based off of the people who have registered for this, but it's not that hard to register, and I think a lot of people have already registered for it. How you register it is just by clicking this trainer ID right here, copying your trainer ID, pasting it, there's mine, click register, and then boom, you are in. And then after that, your information will be on there. Now, you don't have to register to use this site to search for a horse, but I would advise it just to help other people out, right? It'll help everybody out in the long run just to have your horses and your support cards there. But let's go through an example scenario, right? Let's say I want to look for very simple, a support card. Let's say, I don't know, Super Creek, right? We'll click on Super Creek right there. Then you can click how many limit break you want. Of course you want 4 limit break, right? So let's keep that there. And something that you need to make sure you do is change the number of searches. I don't know why there's 2 of them, but you can just put that right there and then check exclude users who have the follow limit. Now, one thing to note is that even though you do have exclude users that have hit the follow limit checked off, not every single time, but for the most time it'll work. But every now and then you will find users who don't have followers left anymore because they probably have a set interval for how often they update the site. But all you need to do now is, after changing the number of searches, click search, right? And then it'll pull up every single person who has registered for the site that have what you're looking for, that again, don't have the follow limit hit, at least from their records. And you can see that here are their horses. You can see their code right here. Just click this copy if you really want to take this one, right? You can go in and really select like, oh, which one do I want? Do I want this 5 stamina spark? I want this 7 speed spark. And then you can choose, okay, this is the one that I want. And then they have the Super Creek. When you find it, you just press copy, and then you go into the game, ID search, paste that in there, and then boom, it'll pull up. Now, again, unfortunately, this person has reached the maximum followers. So what you can do is scroll a little bit further down, click that person, close it up, search it again, and hopefully the further down you go, the less likely they'll be hitting max. There we go. This person now is a person I can follow that has that maxed limit break Super Creek. Now, that's for the support card. And you could add even more kind of prerequisites to this as well, including things like Spark. Let's say you want a person to have both Super Creek and certain blue sparks because you have a limited amount of follows that you can do, right? So let's go and put in somebody here. Let's say I want a stamina spark. Let's go for 6, right? Normally I'd probably go for 9, but because it's both Super Creek MLB and also sparks, it's going to be a little bit harder. So right here, we have an 8 stamina spark. We have a 6 stamina spark, 8, 9. Okay, perfect. This person does have a 9 stamina spark with Super Creek. So if that's the person that you want, you can click on them. But, you know, you can take a look at the horse. Is Ogre what you want? Is it not? Whatever. You go in there, paste them in there. I feel like they might be maxed. Yeah, they're probably maxed. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a little bit hit or miss here and there, but it's definitely much better than using the alternative. We can take this off right here, just search for Stamina Spark 9 without the Super Creek card, and we'll pull up a lot more users. That'll make it a little bit easier for us to find. We're hitting max 100 users, so if you wanted to go higher than this, you definitely can. But let's just say I'm looking for, I don't know, Symboli Rudolph. We're going to copy this one. We're going to go into here, ID search, paste, and then hopefully this won't be full. It is. Then we can go again, search for another one. Let's say we want Major Roman Queen. So we will go search for that, paste it in there. Hopefully not full. Unfortunately, it is. Again, you're going to have to go through this a little bit over and over again because it isn't perfect, but what can I say, right? It's the best that we got right now. Again, the best way to kind of hopefully make it a little bit better is to go further down the pages. I personally only really want, let's just say Rudolph and McQueen. So let's put those in there. We could do a Mayano Top Gun. These are all pretty good for my team, right? So I'm just putting in the ones that are good for my team. So I'm gonna go put these in here and see if we can search only for those and then find somebody that we can add. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll a little bit further down. Let's just say we want this Mayano Top Gun. We're gonna copy, put this in here, paste. Boom, finally somebody we can follow. And then they have that 9 stamina spark and everything that we want. Then you can go follow them. See, pretty easy, pretty quick. You're gonna have to go through it and kind of basically filter things for yourself and try to find the, I guess, best person to follow. But this is, again, much better than the alternative. So hopefully this was helpful. As per usual, if you thought it was, please let me know down in the comment section below, as well as hitting the sub button. That is the best way to support the channel and is completely free. Also, I stream every single night on twitch.tv/BShowXShiru. So I'd love to see you guys there. But if not, hopefully I'll see y'all on the next video. All right, guys. Peace.